Howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Godzilla Nerds, and we're back with a brand new episode of the Godzilla Nerds 1954 podcast. And today we will be reviewing the 2006 film, The Host. So, those who are watching, we're going to be talking about The Host today. This was actually, this is my second time seeing it. I saw it one time. This is my second time actually seeing it. So, a lot that happened in the film, I kind of forgot, what happened. But this was a pretty good film. Serge cannot be here tonight. He's the one that picked the film. So hopefully you're watching Serge. Just irresponsible. Serge. Yeah, come on. Come on, Serge. But this was an awesome film. And before we get started, DJ, how your week been, man? How you week been?
It's been good. Just keeping busy. Been started playing the Star Wars: The Old Republic game again, so been wasting a lot of time on that.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with gaming, man.
Yeah.
Nothing. What about you, Remy? How your week been, brother? What's been going on with you this week?
Nothing much really. All I've been doing is I've just been cleaning out my closet, trying to get rid of some old stuff, and trying to keep up with the Kaiju June, that drawing thing I told you guys.
That's right.
Behind again. So I have to get on track again. So I'm like, God. Other than that, trying to get some more workouts in lately. So there's that. Trying to get swole. Yeah, I don't got none of that. Not yet.
Out here trying to be Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Donald with the Godzilla being, that's right, man. I had to represent.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a Father's Day gift. And he said, "Yeah, man. I see guys on the train, sir. He's out here slacking, man.
Come on, sir.
He's slacking hard, man.
You got time to slack. Come on.
Yeah, they go to Shane's, Remy. They go to Shane's. Talk to him, Remy.
Come on, Serge. Come on. you gotta do better than that.
I will say I'm glad everybody has had a great week. It's always good that everybody's having a good time. And this is definitely one of my favorite days of the week because I get to get with you guys and we get to talk about kaiju and different monsters and share our experiences about what we watch or what we do and what we see. And so The Host is actually a pretty interesting film that Serge picked. Is actually a really, really great film that he picked. And it's too bad he couldn't be here for his own film. That's blasphemy. Couldn't be here for his own film, DJ. Can you believe that?
Could have postponed a week, but nope.
Not now, Serge. Not now.
Oh, man. So we'll go ahead and start. We'll go ahead and get right in. We'll go ahead and get right in to the questions here. This is The Host. I am the host. Remy, you're the host. DJ, you're the host. So let's go ahead and get started.
We're all the hosts.
Yeah, we're all the hosts. We're all the hosts.
Wait.
DJ, we'll start with you.
Host of this channel, mind you, not a virus. Okay.
There was no virus.
No, there was a virus.
Oh, man.
It was Godzilla virus, the Godzilla fan virus. We've been spreading it this entire time, and we never know, and we never noticed.
Never noticed.
No.
The Serge is gone. All right. So Remy, you asked me a question that I lied to you about. So
What?
I lied to you, Remy. I'm sorry, but you're gonna forgive me. You're gonna forgive me in a minute.
Okay.
You ready? You ready? Count down to three. Count down to 3.
2, 1. Nick, my boy, he's here. Nick,
He's alive.
He's alive. Alive. Nick, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys?
It's good to have you back, brother. Man, we missed you.
It was good to be back.
Yeah, no.
We thought the host got you.
Oh, must be that. Of course, DJ coming in.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm clueless on what's going on, so.
Well, your presence is very needed, Nick.
Yes,
so just
it's fine.
chime in
We can because we can watch an outsider's reaction as we talk about this movie. Like, go like, what? That happened in this movie? I'm like, yeah, it did.
So yeah, just feel free to chime in, listen, do whatever you want to do, man. You know your family, so make yourself at home. And
Yep.
here we go. Nick, you look good, by the way, man. Look healthy, brother. That's
Yeah,
good.
look good, brother.
Good deal.
Yeah, you'll find out why after this.
Yeah, if you want us to stay like online after the stream's over, we can do that. You can.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's
what we're gonna do, so I could explain my situation.
Yeah, it's fine.
So let's go ahead and get into the questions that we have here. Some interesting questions. Remy, I'll start with you first. How did you feel about the tone of this film, and how were the directors and producers able to capture your attention with it?
I actually kind of like the tone of this movie. Like, it's a very serious kind of like film, but at the same time, the director actually implements some like kind of like dark humor into it, so that kind of like levels the tension and doesn't make it like such a downer. Because the ending to this film was actually pretty sad when you think about it. You're like, damn. But then there's all this comedy and sort of like this good old like kind of kinship between some of the characters where you're like, oh, okay, that's not so bad like I thought it would be. So it kind of like it levels out just a bit. Like, I wouldn't say this is like a very cheesy monster movie, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's like as dark or depressing as, let's say, 1954 Godzilla is. Like, that's a good example of like a very depressing kaiju film.
I agree with you. Yeah, go ahead, Remy.
No, you can go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I kind of agree with you that because I'm really picky about tones as far as certain movies go, and right at the beginning, because I only saw this movie once, and honestly I don't even remember it. But I will say from the beginning of the film, it caught my attention because the tone. I knew it was going to be a dark film. Even when you see the beast on the screen, it's like it's nothing exciting about it. It's just all dark. You know, somebody's gonna die, somebody's gonna get hurt. So the tone for me, I liked it for this film. I thought it, fit this film, especially with the beast, the personality of the beast, and the personality of the characters, because you see a lot of personalities in this film. So I think the tone, it was perfect. They set the tone from the beginning. It was dark, and they knew what direction they wanted to go in. And remember, you're definitely right. They did have, some dark humor in it, especially when that guy was in that yellow suit and he fell.
That made me laugh.
Yeah.
Or he grabbed the bottle and like smacked the guy in the head.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, ow.
Yeah, so they did incorporate it, but it's like I said, the tone was great. The tone was great for me. What about you, DJ? How did you feel about the tone of this film, and how were they able to capture your attention with it?
This was the first time I've seen it, so wasn't sure what to expect with it, and agree that it definitely is, very serious tone, dark. Not quite the ending I was expecting either, but it it definitely kept me interested because the main hero is like haphazardly going through the whole movie.
Yes.
And you kind of learn a little bit about him, when they have their like little family powwow halfway through, or later on in the movie. My dad's talking to his siblings about him and stuff, but it definitely wasn't, like I said, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. Not that I had much expectation, but it was good. I enjoyed it. And the funny thing is that it felt like it could have been made, within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
With everything that's gone on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just the way that the government kind of took over the whole town and things that were going on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've unfortunately seen some of that in reality. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought they did pretty good with the characters, giving each sibling their own kind of personality trait, and keeping it consistent. And the girl did an amazing job. I felt so.
Great job.
Yeah.
What we got going on? Aaron says, let's see. Yo, it's been over a decade since I've seen this movie, but if it's the one I'm thinking of with that bloated scene in the shed or bathroom or whatever, it was pretty wild. First of all, Aaron, thank you for joining us, by the way, commenting and supporting. We greatly appreciate it. And I know there's two, because the only host I've seen is the one that we watched today. So
yeah, and there's like a 2013
Aaron said he just looked it up and he was totally wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to say I was like, I can't remember. I'm like, what kind of bathroom scene? I'm like,
yeah, I have no idea, Aaron. I only saw this one, so I mean, we're in the same boat. Nick, I know you said you're not familiar with what's going on. I just want to say your name anyway because you're back. So just shout out to Nick, man. Shout out to Nick.
And Nick.
Hey, yo, Nick.
Hey.
Oh, man. Remy, what was your first impression of the monster during his first appearance? Because we actually see him in like the first 10 to 15 minutes in this film. And it was some pretty good action. I thought, his first appearance on the screen was amazing. It was awesome. And I knew right off the bat that this monster was versatile. Can run, can jump, and definitely knows how to use his tail. So what was your first impression when you see this monster on the screen going wild, killing people, chasing people, just doing what he do?
I think my first impression is, good God, what the hell is that thing? I'm like, what is this? This is disgusting. But like, I thought the first scene was like really good because I've seen the clip of the monster going through this entire scene and stuff like that. I've seen it a couple of times before. But when I was watching this movie today and I looked at the time it happened, I'm like, oh wow, we're only like 14 minutes into the movie and this is already happening. I'm like, okay.
Nick.
Let's go with it. Good action, finally. Because I was like, oh boy, not the shit.
That'll be an explanation after.
What happened?
Debbie, Miss Debbie. Okay. She said, "We happy too, Debbie. Happy to see you back, baby cakes."
Baby cakes. But like, I really enjoy the cinematography of the scene though, because like I pointed this out yesterday with our interview with Nick Adam, where the camera, it kind of like when the creature first appears, it's like kind of like one take where you see it running by the guy and then like it starts like climbing the thing.
Yeah.
I really like that because like it puts you in there, and into like the different perspectives that they gave from the characters. Like they would have people from like the subway train or up above like looking down, and they would see the thing like running through the crowd. And I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was actually very tense too when all those people were like running to that one little like trailer thing, and the creature like falls in there, and you could just like hear them screaming and the thing shaking as it was like probably killing all of them. So like very well, it was like a very good scene, and I thought the CGI was actually pretty decent, like pretty good for the time and the budget that they were given for the film. So I thought it did a good job in introducing the creature and like leading to like the main storyline where the daughter gets captured at the very end. And I do like that moment too of like the slow motion as you see that thing like run up behind her and just the tail grab her and pull her right into the water. So like I thought that overall intro scene to the monster was like really well.
I gotta watch this movie.
That was devastating. And before you answer that, DJ, I want to say something while I have it on my mind. I like the fact that everyone was terrified and intimidated. Mm-hmm. Like everybody ran, or you can see the facial expressions. You can see people in shock, people panicking, people don't know what to do in those types of situations. So they definitely did a good job of capturing this monster and making him terrifying. And it's scary. If you see something like that can run like that can climb like that, I mean, what are you going to do? So DJ, that I bring it to you. what was your first impression on seeing this monster on the big screen?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely grabbed my attention when it finally revealed itself. Because when the people first started noticing it hanging under the bridge, it looked like just a big blob, just kind of hanging there and stuff. So wasn't really sure, what it was going to do. But then as soon as it started running through that crowd, it was like, okay, yeah, there's that's not going to be good. So, and just the huge maw that it has, and and the long tail and everything. Yeah, it was crazy to see, how well it moved around, and that it wasn't like, perfect either. It tripped up on the slope and everything like that.
Yeah.
Trying to chase the people and stuff, and I appreciated that they didn't just have it just kind of running around in circles or whatever. It was actually like hunting. It was going around and navigating through the crowds and through the trailer and in between the trailers and stuff, and you just didn't know what to really expect. Like, what was it going to do? Was it going to like start spitting something out at people too, or so.
Yeah. And especially like just if you're running in a crowd, you don't know who he's gonna pick, why he's gonna pick you, why he wants you. So that's probably one of the most terrifying things to see when you're looking at a monster like that. Nicholas, what's going on, man? He said, great movie choice for discussion, a largely underrated monster movie from South Korea. And you're absolutely right. This was a fantastic movie. Serge, you couldn't be here for your own movie, so we're here to pick up your slack, but we thank you for it anyway. We thank you for it anyway.
Serge failed. Way to go.
Oh, man. All right, Remy, this should be a very interesting question. What was the most intense scene or scenes in this film for you?
Ooh.
They were cooking.
Yes, the cooking part. I was like sweating through that. I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? No, but for me, the most some of the most tense scenes in this movie were, I can name two of them. The first one I remember was when the creature's like right outside like that little shop that they're hiding in. And it starts shooting at it, and it starts like climbing all over the place, and they fire at it, and it starts running away. And then the dad's just like, "Go, get out of here! I'll hold it off." And he's like, "Don't worry, there's like one more bullet left." And the dad like pulls the gun up, and you just hear that click, and you're like, "Ah, damn!" And you just see his eye go, "She." That thing is like running up behind him and knocks him over. And that was like a gruesome death too. Like at first, him knocking into the concrete, like that's pretty harsh. But then the creature just like turns around and goes, "Nah, for good measure." Bam! Like slams him. I'm like, God, dude. So that was pretty hardcore. And then the other scene I know that's pretty tense is when the girl is like trying to climb up that like little rope that she made. She like on the creature, and as she's climbing up, you suddenly like see her stop. And then you just see that shot of the creature with its tail holding her up in the air, putting her down. And the creature just like looks at her. He's like, "Yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to." And then it goes back to sleep. No, it doesn't go back to sleep because then it's wide awake. Then it like goes, "Come on, run to that hole with the little kid. See what happens. Test me, woman." And then she runs away, and the creature's like, "Okay."
Remy, you awesome, man.
So those are out of the movie.
Yeah, man, you have probably about the same intense scenes because when you talk about the dad, like at first I didn't even know I just thought he got hit. I didn't know he hit the concrete at first. Yeah. But like you said, to go back and just boom, and now you see just all this blood everywhere. That was a pretty intense scene, and especially when he thought he had that one bullet, and all you hear is the click, and then it's like, I mean, there's nothing he can do. He knows that, all right, I'm about to die, and he's already Park is already going through a lot in the movie anyway, and then another scene for me that was really, really intense is when they're running in the beginning of the movie, and he's got I believe it would be his sister, right? He's got her hand, and they're running. He's running with the little girl, and they fall.
Daughter? No, that's his daughter.
No, it was his daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter. Okay. So once they get up, he's running just to realize he doesn't have his daughter hand. He's got somebody else's daughter hand. And now you look back, so I'm thinking like, wow, what if that's like one of my siblings or something? Like that was really, really tough. And like when he just took her in the water and he just boom and he went off in the water, man, I thought that was pretty devastating. And then all this happened at the beginning. So now I'm really into the film because I want to see what's going to happen because I'm thinking she's already gone. And especially when he like I could tell he was having a bunch of emotions because he jumped out in the water and he thought about just going after the monster, but it was really nothing that he could really do. So that was really, really tough. But that was one of the few intense scenes that I saw in this film. What about you, DJ? What was the most intense or some of the most intense scenes you appreciated in this film?
So obviously the same one where, the girl's trying to climb up the rope of coats that she made. That was pretty intense. And really all of her scenes were tense once she was captured. But going to what you were just talking about, Don, he stopped swimming because the monster swallowed her. And so he thought that was it.
Yeah, he did. Once he got, you're right.
He thought that was it. He thought after that.
So that was why he stopped swimming after it, because he lost all hope at that point. Just like I said, pretty much every scene after that with the girl, just her struggling to maintain her composure and not provoke the monster and stuff, and trying to get in touch with her family. Trying to take advantage of these other victims that are being dropped off, and praying and hoping that somebody had a working phone, so she could get another call out. But
that was intense too.
Yeah.
When those bones came out, oof.
Yeah, when I was regurgitating all those.
Bones.
And then
probably still disgust me.
the other scene that I felt was really tense was when they were doing almost like lobotomy treatment on the dad, the guy, the main character. Just to be in that kind of situation, like you're strapped down, and got all these people that aren't talking to you, and they think you're crazy, and so they're getting ready to drill into your head and everything. And especially after you hear somebody that's supposed to be in charge saying, "Oh yeah, there's no virus, so but we're just going to keep pretending."
Right.
Yeah.
And grabbing his brain, looking in his eyes, that was really, really intense. Or especially when he grabbed that girl and he had the needle. So now it's like, that's the only way.
Huh?
And that, to me, that was, that was kind of a redeeming point for him, because it was almost like the treatment, like brought him back to reality, like woke him up and stuff. He kind of snapped out of whatever delusion that he was in and was very focused, and and quickly figured out like how to take advantage of the situation and get out of there. So that was really redeeming. But yeah, so like I said, those couple scenes were most intense for me.
Yeah, those were some pretty intense scenes. Nicholas Remy, he's got a question for you. He said, Remzilla, did you check out the remake of his Host trailer?
I did. I did, sir. Really good job with the trailer. I really liked it. I like the song used in the background. I like a lot of the clips he used. I saw
Awesome.
some of your trailers.
And yes, you do, Godzilla Train.
Sounds like I need. Yeah, this
Yes.
This is an awesome movie,
Very
man.
good.
Awesome movie. It's really, really good. I mean, it's a lot going on in the film. It's really, really great. And speaking of one of the main characters, Remy, because Park goes through a lot in this film, ups, down. So the question I have for you is, describe Park with one word about himself in this film and why.
Wait, repeat that one more time.
Describe Park with one word about himself in this film and why.
Oh, talking about like the
main guy.
The main guy.
Yeah, the dad of the daughter that got taken. Okay.
Yeah.
Determined is one word I would use, especially during like the climax of the movie. It's like in the beginning, you kind of see him as like this very lazy, very lethargic kind of guy. It's like very kind of slow, almost at the beginning, and then as soon as his daughter is taken, he's like almost pretty much determined to like find her and like make sure that she's still alive, like no matter what gets in his way. Like the scene I really appreciated is when the creature was like swimming towards that crowd at the very end, and you just see him like running on that bridge like a madman, and he literally jumps into the water. I was like, oh, this dude's an action hero now. He's gonna start ripping up his shirt, going start fighting the creature hand to hand, like freaking Jason Statham on The Rock. start throwing combos at it. I mean, he kind of did for a little bit, but like to me, the most definitive example of him being like extremely determined was in the climax where he pulls his daughter out, and then as soon as he kind of realizes that she's not going to wake up, he just like grabs that like pole and like breaks both of the ends, and then starts going for the monster, because that's when you realize like, oh shoot, like if his daughter is alive or dead, he's still going to take this thing down no matter what, because honestly, this thing doesn't deserve to keep going, because it's just going to keep causing more suffering. Like, I get it. Like, there might be some sympathy that you can pull from it, because it wasn't really asked to be created. It wasn't really asked to be made. It was just like this abomination that was made from the hubris of man. So they had to put it down no matter what, because like I'm sure that thing was just like I'm sure this thing didn't even know what the heck it was either, and it was only like doing. It's like the Indominus Rex. It was finding itself in the food chain, like killing for food and stuff like that, and just like trying to figure out what the hell it was. But at the same time, you let it keep going, it could probably cause more trouble in the future. So, to me, the main guy, I feel like the one where I describe him is determined just by how much of perseverance he had throughout most of the film, especially in like the last half.
Yeah, that's I can go for that. The word I would use, I would say strong, right? And I would have used your word as well, Remy, because first, I mean, the beginning he loses, his daughter, right? So, I mean, now you got so many emotions going. I mean, you just lost your child. So I got kids. I don't even know how that feels to lose one of my kids, especially the way that he lost his. Then he loses dad right in front of him. So these things has happened right in front of him. And he still has to go through life. And not only that, he still has to focus on something that's out there, not only harming his family, but threatening the world, threatening people as well. So that's a scary feeling to have. And then to be able to get to the end of the movie, and even what you were speaking on, DJ, about when he had the government had him and they calling you crazy, they want to take a look at your brain, they want to stick you, saying you're infected, you got a virus. Like on top of that, he's dealing with all that to make it to the end of the movie to overcome all the adversity he faced. So I definitely think you have to be a really, really strong person, strong-willed person, strong-mind person to get through that, because he could have easily given up. He could have easily said, you know what, my dad's gone, my daughter's gone, forget it. I don't want to be here no more. I want to give up as well. And the fact that he didn't shows a lot about his character as well. So I would go with strong. What about you, DJ?
I'll say loving, because I can't remember I don't remember him saying anything negative about any of his family members, even though they were kind of ragging on him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that he definitely loved his daughter. He didn't take her for granted or anything like that.
Right.
He was just trying to do the best that he could for her with what he was able to do. And at the beginning, I mean, he's obviously, like Remy said before, pretty lazy and stuff like that. But, he, like I said, throughout the movie, he cares about all of his family and especially his daughter and stuff. And he even tries to help other people. When the monster first attacked, he joined in with the American soldier to try and fight the creature.
Yeah.
And, he didn't just run away and leave the guy on his own or anything like that. He, so, and then at the end, he finds that the little boy is still alive that his daughter was trying to protect. And so, and then you find out that he adopted the kid. So, I mean, and so it just shows that he has a lot of love for others.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer, DJ. You hit the nail on the head because they did rag on him, but he never really said anything negative about anybody. And he always tried to help everybody. And this is just a little bonus question that I threw in there just to squeeze it in. How in the world do you survive in a monster pit like that? Because when that monster was hunting, he would just drop him off in that pit. And mind you, got the little girl down there with the little boy. And like we talked about earlier, where they were regurgitating, he was regurgitating those bones when she was like, I hope the next body has a phone where we can call 911. And she did not get the answer she was looking for.
Yeah.
Well,
it looked like she was.
Well, I have one answer for that. Plot. That's how you survive by plot, by writing.
Well, actually, she was capturing as much water as she could. Honestly, your body could go for a very long time without food as long as you have water. You won't be in the best of shape, but as long as it keeps the functions going. So, but yeah, obviously,
I'm fat. I gotta eat. I can't be accountable. I'm just gonna have to starve, man. Figure something out.
Oh, come on, dog. You could take one leg or an arm.
I mean, that was a terrible place.
I'm sorry, man.
Like Remy and DJ, like if we all down in this monster pit and just say we had this happen to survive, how do we get out of how we can't? Do we jump the monster? What do we do? Like
I don't even know if we can jump the monster.
Well, once all those bones were dropped off, I mean, it'd be a lot easier to make some makeshift weapons with them.
That's true. Well, maybe maybe you guys could like sneak around, like you Donald, DJ, Nick.
Remy, don't set us up.
You guys could sneak around. Wait, listen. You guys could like go behind the creature, and I could go in front of it and start doing a little jig, little funny dance, trying to distract it, and then that's when you start stabbing the crap out of it and start killing it. Then I can join it.
I don't know where
I can join in after that.
I don't know what this monster looked like, but in all honesty, I'd rather be the one standing in front of it, distracting it, versus having Remy do it. Remy has more to live than I do, so you might as well, Remy, you go join them while I stand in front and do it.
Well, Nick, I could describe
though.
I could describe the monster for you.
Yeah.
So think of a tadpole, but giant with a huge gaping maw that can swallow a full-grown adult whole.
Mm-hmm.
Just really long tail, multiple
really long tongue.
Arms and legs, ability to swim in the water with ease, ability to jump, climb, hang upside down with its tail, kind of like a monkey, and pure black.
And it's time to stay locked away in my room.
Godzilla friend, he wants to help us out. He said, "Hit him with a brick."
Hit with a brick. Yes. First of all, did you guys not see how strong he was though when he lifted that thing up on his own?
Yeah.
Crushed
And
the
then
tail.
they showed the shot from behind the truck, and all you see is him carrying the pole.
Yeah, he's like, and the creature looked like, ow! What the hell, man? You don't see me attacking you behind the back.
And to give context to what we're talking about, the monster made a lair in a sewer area that had like a metal grate over the top of it with an opening in one part. So, and the walls, it was probably like 20 feet high or something like that. So, not something that's very easy to, jump
That's why
up
I'm
or whatever.
laughing.
Godzilla train. Oh, Friday.
What did he say?
He said
said
Debo
Debo.
his ass.
I don't get that.
You never
wait.
watched
Oh,
Friday?
it's a film. It's a film.
No, wait, hang on, wait.
When
Hang
he
on, bring
hit
it back
Debo
up.
in the face with a brick.
Wait, don't
Bring
bring
it
it back
back
up.
Bring it back up.
Debo is that? Oh yeah, throw the brick at him. You got knocked the F out, man. I'll yell it at the monster when we kill it. I'll go over and go, you got knocked the hell out, man.
I think we can take them. Me,
You think we can
Serge,
take 'em?
Remy, Nick, DJ, Godzilla Train. Nicholas, you're gonna help us too. You're gonna help us take.
But
down
Donald,
this
here's the
giant.
question though: who's gonna get the final blow? Who's gonna be the guy who says the final quote, the final Jaws?
You know what, man? I am a team player. I'm a team player.
I'll take the risk.
Final blow,
I'll take the risk because if he jumps back up, at least he's got me, and then you guys can hit him again.
He's still alive. Take him down.
Oh gosh. So we're down to question 6. We have 3 more questions. Then we'll wrap up. Remy, which character from the host was your favorite outside of the main character? I like the girl with the bow and arrow. I like her a lot.
Cool. Yeah,
she was cool. I liked her.
The turtle.
The turtle.
Oh,
Me
man.
and Nick got it. There you go.
Yeah, I
We'll train on your
like
side.
the bow and arrows. It was bad when he did hit her and she knocked her in between, right with those grass. I was like, wow. And I thought he was gonna try to get her because he was trying to peek down. I was like, oh man.
I thought he was gonna stretch out his tongue and like grab her that way, but he didn't.
Or use his tail.
Yeah, exactly. I thought when he was like turning around, I thought he was gonna like turn around and like put his tail down there to grab her. I was like,
had he grabbed her, I would have been disappointed because I wouldn't be able to see her at the end when she shot the arrow. Oh man, she got him good.
Yeah,
she got him good when she shot. That was awesome. So I'm gonna go with the girl that had the bow and arrow. I really liked her. She was competitive, but she was also determined as well. She was really determined.
I really like the dad, like the
man. He was cool too.
I really liked him because to me, like, you already knew from the beginning his line about an animal that harms people shouldn't like live. Mm-hmm. Like, I won't stop until I gut that thing and like rescue my granddaughter from it. And that really solidifies the fact that this guy is going to literally kill this thing if he is given the chance. And that like showed throughout most of this movie. Like, he was like the one that keep like shooting at it while like the other two were his other 2 sons were like running away. And he got a pretty good shot in it too when like it climbed up the thing and he like looked up, bam, shot it right there. Mm-hmm. And he kept going after it too. And he was like the one that came up with like the plan to like sneak in with the mask and stuff like that. Like, to me, he had some of like the best lines too. He had some like the best comedy in the movie. And I really like that dialogue scene between him and the siblings where he was talking about talking about the main guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I will say too, it was good to also see like me and you talked about, Remy, earlier, where the roles was kind of reversed. So when we see the monster's intimidating everybody, they're running from him. But this time when they have the gun, they were shooting at him, he was actually running. And they were all chasing behind him. And the dad had the chance to be a part of that, which was really, really cool. So I'm like, okay, this is different. Roles are reversed because we very rarely see a monster running away from people.
Well,
So that
no,
was-
you
that
have
was
to
cool.
understand the reason why. It's because the monsters we watch are like about 300 feet tall. No way in hell you're going to have a 300 foot tall kaiju run away from you with a little pellet gun.
Bear gun.
No, bear gun's 50 feet. Really?
Ah,
You're gonna take a 50 foot
I
giant
was
monster.
waiting for an opportunity
God.
as a welcome back. Oh,
Damn
yeah,
it.
Paragon.
What about you, DJ?
No, you can't say that because bear gun's at least 50 feet tall. You're not going to tell me a little gun is going to scare bear gun. It'll just crush you.
Bear gun lost to Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was over 50 feet tall too. What is that supposed to mean?
He's a human being.
I'm sorry, Remy. I apologize, brother.
No, you're not.
I
You brought
apologize.
it
Remy, I
up for a reason.
apologize, brother.
You brought
From the
it up
bottom of
because
my heart.
No.
From the bottom of my heart, Remy, I apologize. I like your shades, man. They cool.
Sure, Donald. Sure, you're sorry.
What about you, DJ? Favorite character from the scene, from the film, obviously.
I gotta go with the daughter. I think again they did a really good job with her. She's a young actress, but she did a great job of playing somebody determined to survive, determined to find a way out, determined to get back to her family as best as she can, and then taking on the responsibility of protecting somebody else when the little boy was dropped off. Because she could have easily just left him to his own.
Yeah.
She could have stayed, curled up in the little tube and let him fend for himself or whatever. But she did everything that she could to, protect him from seeing his older brother getting destroyed and other people, things happening to other people and stuff like that. She took that on herself and, did everything that she could to save him and eventually did save his life at the cost of her own. But yeah, she was the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's not a bad answer either. You see a lot of these characters in this film, they are really determined, right? And you can tell when they have their mind set on something, they want to do it and they're going to do it. And like you and Remy said, the main guy, in the film, he started out as lazy, just kind of like, horse playing around, not really taking anything seriously. All of a sudden, he loses his daughter. It's like a light switch come on because this is like a life or death situation. So now he's in panic mode, and now he has no choice but to fight, no choice but to be strong, be determined. And you even see it with the dad. Like, he's a leader. He played the leader role. He wanted to get everybody away from the monster, and he said, "Look, I got one bullet left. I'm gonna put him down." Obviously, he didn't have that bullet, but he was determined. Even the girl that had the arrow, she was determined. The kids, like you just mentioned, DJ, was determined. So it's a lot of fight and heroics in these characters, which I really, really love. And one thing I can say about this film, this monster flick, was the family drama. It wasn't like no stupid, sad, or sorrow. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. Like, you can relate to what they were going to. And that's one thing I really, really respected about this film. We'll move on to question 7. Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and the fact that each of them, even after they got all separated and everything, all of them were still determined to try and figure out how to find the daughter and rescue her.
Right. And that's what made it even better. Like, they were all determined, and it was crazy that they was all in their own little situation and scenarios. Like, they were all in different situations, and they had to figure out how to get out of these situations, and that's what made it really, really unique. Remy, what emotion did you feel the most while viewing this film?
Wait, don't repeat the question real quick.
What emotion did you feel the most while viewing this film?
Mostly, I guess
I was tense.
What'd you say?
I was tense.
Tense.
Yeah, it was pretty tense.
Mostly like interest for me, just to see like like what was going to happen next. Like, how are they going to figure out this different situation? Like, what were they up to? Like, especially during like the uncle's scene where he was going up to that building. Like, to me, I was
yeah,
to see what he was up to. I was like, what is he doing? And then, like the way they were talking about how the virus is fake, like that. Like most of this movie, well, like all of it, really like kept my interest, and it kept me like thinking of like what was going to happen next. How are they going to go out? Like, how are they going to get out of this? Who's going to survive? Who's not going to survive? So like it really kind of like, so like it really kept up, like you said, the tension of the movie, and like it kept me still interested in what was going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that was my kind of tense. Like, okay, what's going to happen next? Okay, how is the little girl going to get out of this hole that she's in? And DJ, you couldn't have said it any better when you were talking earlier. Like, this monster does have some type of personality about himself because he knows how to hunt. He knows who he wants to hunt. And on top of that, he knows where to rest and take these bodies. And he's a versatile monster. So I was always on edge. I was like, okay, just like you, Remy, who's next? How are you going to get out this crazy situation or scenario? Mm-hmm. You know, is anybody going to be sacrificed? So, and the tone was already dark. Like, it was already a dark tone. And that was some of the best things about this film. And so that's why I was on edge. And like I said, I don't even remember anything from when I saw it the first time. But from the beginning, it captured my attention, and then it went from there. So it was, and like you said, DJ, this film could have been put out today or some years back because there's some similarities going on in this film that's going on today. So that's what I chose. I chose Tense. What about you, DJ?
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of tension with this as well, because going back to when they were all split up, you know, when the uncle, after he escaped the building and everything, was running away from everybody and he fell off the bridge, like, you know, he rolls over and it looked like he died. And I'm like, okay, you know, he's like struggling to get the text message out to the sister, to the aunt, and then he's out, and it's like, what the heck? Like, it didn't look like it was that far of a drop. Like, what happened to him? And then you know, and then even through that, he was talking about how he hadn't heard from his sister or whatever, and they went their separate ways and stuff. So it's like, okay, well, what's going on with her? And then you see her wake up and everything, and she gets into that tunnel, runs into the monster, and gets knocked out. And it's like, you know, in the way that she went down, it looked like she was killed.
Yeah.
That's like, good grief, man! Like, family's being taken out, and they're like, what the heck?
Like, can no one win this? Like, can nobody survive this?
Yeah, and then again with the main character. You know, when he's strapped on the table and everything, and they're getting ready to drill into his head, like, I literally thought that they were going to lobotomize him. And that the next time we saw him, he was just going to be sitting there like,
I know. I thought that too at first. I was like, is he?
And,
like, is he gone now? Like when we come back to that shot,
I almost like he was going to turn into one of those monster things. It was scary how they had him just. And the guy was lifting up his eye, was like, oh, yeah, the virus is going to his brain like we expected. I was like, what? Yeah. So it was really, really intense. But this was an awesome film, and I'm definitely going to go back and revisit this film again. Remy, the ending, the ending was pretty tough. Yeah, it was a pretty tough ending. We got to talk about it. Especially when they saw that monster come back, and she was just had it on her camera, just recording, and she was just standing there while everybody was running. And I was like,
run, damn it! I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it! And then finally, there was a guy wise enough to just grab her and yank her off the thing, like, get off the car.
Yeah, I was like, she's just standing there with her. The camera was pretty cool, but I was like, you don't need to be filming this right now because You finna get ate up.
Just go. Just run. Stop trying to go world star. All right, I get it. You want to record the damn thing, but run.
So Remy, we have the ending of this film is obviously was pretty tough, and like I said, I wasn't expecting this because I saw this film, but I really don't remember any of it. So talk to me about the level of emotion that you felt in the ending, and what did you appreciate the most about the ending of this film?
For me, the ending I think is probably the best part of the movie, really, because that's when all the characters come back together again after they've been separated for a while.
Yeah.
Finally, the climax to the movie about taking out the creature once and for all, and like massive spoiler here, Nick, but the daughter dies. Okay, I'm sorry, like the main character's daughter, she dies. So like that's because I was thinking that too when I was watching it. I'm like, no, she's probably gonna like wake up. They're probably like just trying to like make us believe that she's dead. Like she's gonna show up in the final scene. Like I was literally expecting them to go like, "Where's the remote at?" Like I was literally kind of expecting the TV like turn off, like out of nowhere, and then like you cut to a shot of her like holding the remote, and smiling and stuff like that. But they didn't do that. I was like, "Oh wow!" So she's actually dead. So I give them props though, because I give a movie major props for them to actually kill off a character and just kind of leave it at that. Because like a lot of movies today, they don't really do that. A lot of movies kind of like retcon it, like, oh no, she didn't die, she's still alive. Like she's just missing an arm or a leg or something like that. She'll be completely fine. So like movies, I have a huge amount of respect for movies that are able to kind of divert expectation of audiences and like deliver them an ending that's not what they expected. And I really enjoyed the way that the final battle didn't really feel like triumphant or like hard hitting action, because they were still, even though they were fighting the monster, they were still dwelling on the fact that their daughter is practically dead at this point. Like they've lost their main goal, was to save her, and they failed. And yet they're still willing to kill the creature because even though they failed her, they still have to finish the job. They still have to kill this thing before it can hurt anybody else. And I do like the dad gets like the final kill, and I do like that shot where you see the thing like running back towards the water, and the dad like shows up like right behind the column and like just stabs it in the mouth, just kills it off like that. Like I really enjoyed that part, but also I was impressed by how the ending actually, even though it's like really sad, it still kind of leaves you off like this kind of like happy feeling with how the little kid, he didn't have a family and his brother died. And yet the main character was able to like adopt him and make him have a home and make him have a family and give him food and be able to at least save one person from that creature. So I thought that was like a very cool scene to do.
That worked out perfectly because in a sense, he didn't have a family like you just mentioned, and he needed a family. He needed somewhere where he could eat, where he could shelter, where he could finally start living a normal life. But at the same time, dad, he lost his daughter, so now he's got a kid that he can help raise and bring him up to be the best child that he can possibly be. And Remy, you also hit the nail on the head when you're talking about the ending, because I love when all the characters come together, all the siblings, and then it's a lot of teamwork because you got the guy throwing the Molotov. And I'm not going to lie, when he threw that Molotov and it went backwards, I was like, I thought it was gonna set itself on fire. I was like, "What are you doing?"
That's how it goes. Like, and you see the bottle go. I'm like,
I was like, I thought it was over with for him. And then it pans to a cool shot where the girl is like, her arrow catches on fire and she shoots him, and then the dad comes in.
And I actually really like the fact that the homeless guy was the one who actually like really was like a major help in killing that thing. Snuck up and poured all the gasoline on top of the creature, and the creature was like looking up and just like drinking it. He was just like, "Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks for the water. Oh, God, I'm on fire."
It was awesome because and then having to bump people, tell people not to kill this monster so he can pull them out of his mouth. Dude, that is some serious craziness right there. But like you said, the ending, it still was tense, but the ending still ended up pretty good because the boy he's got a family, and then now the guy he has another kid that like I said, he gets to bring up. DJ, how did you feel about the ending of this film?
I enjoyed it. I appreciated the fact that there was people like protesting on behalf of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the demonstration that was going on and stuff. Because at first I wasn't sure, what they were there for.
Yeah.
And then and I thought it was, like the dad knew that his daughter was in the creature's mouth, and that's why he was like trying to stop people from shooting it. And then, I appreciated the fact that the Agent Yellow that they dropped caused it to like cough her and the little boy up.
Yeah.
And gave him a little bit of a reprieve to like, try and get to her and stuff. But then, it was still kicking around and everything like that. So they were able to, team up and all fight it together. And yeah, like you guys both said, just the teamwork that everybody did in fighting it. The fact that, he grabbed that pole and, turned it into a spear, and then and he tried using it quite a bit before his final attack with it. And at first when they both like when he impaled it and stuff, and they both like stopped moving, I thought the impact of the monster impaling itself on the spear had caused it to impale into him. Like I was half expecting it to like be sticking out of his stomach or something like that. But then when he removed his hand, it was just still hanging there. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
You never know this movie. Like,
no.
Like, damn.
Yeah, that was twice that almost got me. I thought he got stuck with the pole, and I thought he was going to set himself on fire.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I appreciated too about the very final scene with the dad and the little boy was the fact that it looked like he was taking better care of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he got a haircut. He was dressed a little more nicely too.
And and it looked like he was properly running the food stand and stuff. And so
yeah.
I appreciated that character growth in him, like to show that whole experience, that he didn't just default back to what he was before. So
one thing I found funny in the finale though was when he broke the two parts off and he was fighting the creature. It like cuts to the uncle and the aunt going over to the daughter, and in the background I could see the guy like knocked out with the thing out of his hand. I'm like, did you seriously get knocked out that fast? And like I didn't even show it on screen. It is like implied the creature just went.
Oh my gosh! This was an awesome movie all around. So Remy, I got to get your opinion on this. Final question, then we'll close. Out of 5.
Would you want to do the game tonight? Because I have the questions up. If you would want to do it tonight, we could do half.
How many people we got? 3. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Would you want to do half, or just do all of the questions?
How many you got?
I have 12 questions.
12. Okay, we can do half. We can do half.
Okay.
So you gotta stick around for the game. Final question, Remy. Out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
I'll give it a 5. I think it's really good. Like I really can't really find any faults with this movie. I feel like this movie hits a lot of good points and it hits a lot of good story beats. Like I don't know. For me, like I already kind of knew this movie was like really good from the clips I saw of it until like to see the final full movie of it. I was like really impressed by it, and I just thought it was like a really well handled, really well directed, really well storyboarded, really well acted, choreographed. creature feature, and I really enjoy it. And I really like the design of the creature itself. I think it's a very original monster design, and the way it's utilized in the movie is really well handled as well. So I just feel like this movie is just like a very given 5. Like there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just like it's just really good.
Because Barragon doesn't die.
Yeah.
Nick, get off. You know what? Never mind. Get off the podcast.
I enjoyed the balance of the film between the monsters and between the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely say that it's an original monster design. This monster was actually great for this film, and I'm really big on tones. They definitely captured the tone from the beginning of this film to the ending of this film. The characters had great personality. It wasn't some cliche family drama in this film, and that's one of the biggest things I respected about this film. And like you said, you got all these siblings in different scenarios, like DJ mentioned. When they're by themselves, they're still trying to figure out how to get to the little girl. That's their mission. That's their goal. They don't care if they're with somebody or by themselves. They're all going for the same thing. And then something that you said earlier, Remy, that I can appreciate is, the little girl, she lived quite a while, and then major spoilers for those who haven't seen the film. They do actually kill her off, and it's very rare and seldom that you see that in films today. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of credit to them for doing that. So I'll give it a 5 as well. DJ, what about you, my brother? Out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
Yeah, I could give it a 5 as well. I don't really have any issues with it. Obviously annoyed with the way that the government handled the things, and but it's all part of the plot to drive the main character forward and stuff, so it's understandable. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Kept me on the edge of my seat. Like I said, it was the first time seeing it and stuff, and thought that the kids did a really good job making it believable.
Yeah.
And that's always the hard thing, when you have to, especially when you have to get them to pretend that there's something terrifying in front of them that isn't actually there in front of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, that's Serge, out of 5. Well, you ain't here, so it don't even matter.
5.
Couldn't be here. All right, Remy. Let's see. Godzilla Train. You can actually watch it on YouTube for free with ads. It's the 2006, 2007 film. Yeah. So, you guys will love it, man. It's on YouTube though, bro. You can definitely watch it on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
I found it on Pluto TV on my Roku. The Pluto TV.
Oh wow. Okay.
For free with ads as well.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah, King Petty. Yeah, make him watch it, bro. Make him sit down. All right, Remy. The floor is yours, brother.
So, of course, you guys know the rules of the game. I got to guess. I give you guys some clues, and you guys got to guess what it is. Except this time, I kind of changed it up a little bit. This time, the game is guess that kaiju film. So let's focus more on movies. And I only give you guys 2 clues. I'm going to give you guys 2 clues this time instead of 3.
Uh-oh.
So, and of course, since we have 3 people, we're going to do each separately. So the person who is able to get the most questions correct wins the game. We'll only be doing half of these. So hopefully later we can do another half. But, so yeah, let's begin. Question 1. This film had a huge collection of kaiju in it. It is known to be very polarizing between the fan base. Which film is it?
Destroy All Monsters.
I was going to say Destroy All Monsters. I was going to say Destroy All Monsters too.
Yeah.
Those straw monsters around the board?
All around the board, Remy.
All right. Well.
Well, yeah. Godzilla
Train.
Godzilla Train. Let me see. Let me see what he said. You don't have to close the comments so I can't cheat.
Destroy All Monsters too.
He said Destroy All Monsters.
Well, I got news for all four of you. You were all incorrect. You were close, though. It's Godzilla Final Wars.
That was a good one.
I was surprised, though. I thought you guys would say Godzilla Final Wars because that film is known to be very split between the fans. People hate
you're
it.
right. You're right. Yeah, you're
I'm on the spectrum of I love it. But anyway, number 2. This kaiju film has one of the weirdest posters in the Godzilla franchise. The final battle of this film had one of the most ridiculous moments in the franchise as well. Which kaiju film is this?
Godzilla versus Megalon.
I'm gonna agree with DJ.
You're going with DJ? All right. What about you, Donald? What do you think?
I mean, if we talking about him getting that bomb thrown in his mouth. All right, I'm a. Dang it! It's between Godzilla versus. I'm gonna say Godzilla versus Hedorah. My wife didn't like the way that ended. And that's one of the ones. That's one of the only old ones she watched. So I'm gonna say Godzilla versus Hedorah.
Okay.
Godzilla Train agrees with you.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Hedorah? All right, then.
Oh, he said Godzilla versus Hedorah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right,
that's one of the only one.
The answer is Godzilla versus Megalon. So Nick and DJ are correct.
You haven't told on top of a building.
Yesterday, remember the poster for Godzilla versus Megalon as Godzilla and Megalon, a type of the
It's a building.
Trade towers.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a building. They
Weird.
fight on a building.
because how the hell did they fit up a building that like what?
What did they do? What did
that-
Megalon do? Drill his way up while Godzilla climbed his way up?
Yeah, why not, Nick? It makes sense.
That makes no sense because
Oh
they
my
would collapse
God.
on
It's a
them.
weird poster. It's like what? King Kong, sure. Like we're talking about the old King Kong.
Well, like Megalon could just fly up there, and then Jet Jaguar flew.
No. But DJ, you don't understand. We're talking about kaiju that are at least half the size of that building. How the hell are they're gonna like crush?
Am I wrong?
Top of it. No, you're not wrong, Nick. I'm just saying.
Oh boy.
And then, of course, the tail slide double kick was
Exactly.
one of the most ridiculous
Yeah.
things ever.
But also, again, we can't forget Hedorah, where Godzilla
He did fly though.
doing his atomic breath,
Yeah.
which makes no sense too. I'm like, how does that? Huh? I mean, it's
DJ.
damn it, yeah, he could have.
Oh, man. Oh,
Anyway,
geez.
third question. This was one of the only Millennium films to actually have a direct sequel. It brought back one of Godzilla's more popular enemies. Which kaiju film is this?
Godzilla
Gotta
versus
be
Mechagodzilla.
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, because he got Godzilla against Mechagodzilla as well.
Is that what you guys going to board? Godzilla against Mechagodzilla?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
because Millennium didn't have too many movies, too many films that I know of.
Tokyo SOS was like this. Was a sequel
the
to
direct
Godzilla
sequel.
against. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
right after immediately.
Will you? What about
The
Godzilla?
Godzilla train? Did he answer yet?
No, he has not answered yet.
Yes, answer
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Sorry,
there you go. Yeah, he said Tokyo SOS.
Tokyo SOS. Oh, is that what you said? Godzilla Tokyo SOS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Godzilla
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Tokyo SOS.
Okay. Well, the answer is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. So Godzilla Train, you are sadly incorrect. But the rest of you, you get the point. Down, you're a point behind DJ and Nick, who are
Oh,
tied.
darn it.
Who are tied.
DJ.
Oh, what did DJ say?
Oh, man, it's funny when he laughed.
Look at him. He's just going like this with his beard. He's like, ah, yes.
Got the coolest beard in the game, man.
I was halfway to DJ, but I had to shave it off. Father's Day came around and I had to be with the family, so I'm like.
But see,
let me
DJ beard
clean up a
smooth.
bit.
It ain't like nappy. It don't got no BBs
He's
in
got that
it.
mountain man kind of beard going on.
My goal is to get it long enough where I can get some Viking braids in there,
Don't see why.
get some face paint on, just walk around.
Start yelling like Braveheart.
Oh man.
But all right, next question. This film had King Kong as the main focus. It was released a year before Destroy All Monsters. Which kaiju film is this?
Skull Island?
No.
What, Nick? Oh, they came out in 2017. Destroy All Monsters came out in the 60s.
As Kong
It's
as the main...
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Is that what you're all going with?
I'm going with Godzilla.
Is Godzilla train answered yet?
Yeah, he said
King Kong escapes.
All right, then. Well, the answer is King Kong escapes. So Godzilla train gets the
Oh, good job, Godzilla train. Good job, boy.
Train. Good job.
Yeah, good job, boy.
Look at him coming in with that.
Forgot about that one.
All right. Now for this one. This kaiju film starred one of Godzilla's more popular kaiju. It was the first kaiju film from Toho to be released in color. Which kaiju film is this?
Damn.
Would that
Oh,
be
Godzilla versus Monster Zero.
Godzilla versus Monster Zero?
Yes, actually, I think DJ's right.
Godzilla train said, what are the clues again, Remy?
Oh, say one of the clues again? Okay. I'll repeat both of them. This kaiju film starred one of Godzilla's more popular kaiju. It was the first kaiju film from Toho to be released in color.
Yeah, DJ's right. I got a feeling DJ's right.
So Godzilla versus Monster Zero for you guys. Okay, what about you, Donald?
Oh.
In color?
What? The Godzilla train answer?
Yeah,
What do you say?
yeah, he said Rodan.
Or Dan? All right. What about you, Donald?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know? You don't want to at least try, Donald? You can get
no idea, Remy.
All right, then. Well, the answer is Rodan. Rodan is the answer.
Dang it.
So,
he's tied with y'all.
So Godzilla Train, I think, is tied with you guys. No, wait.
He's tied. He's got the last two right. He's tied. I'm one behind.
Okay. So then, that's right. So then, this kaiju film, damn, we're gonna end in a tie. Now we're gonna have a tiebreaker then. This kaiju film has one of the more obscure and less impressive kaiju. It is also the only Danish kaiju film in existence. Which kaiju film am I referring to?
Wait, what was the?
Wait, can you ask that again?
Yeah. What the second clue?
The question. Just the whole question.
So so first one is this kaiju film was one of the more obscure and less impressive kaiju. It is also the only Danish kaiju film in existence. Which kaiju film am I referring to?
Well, the only one I could think of would be
one of the least
Gorgo.
impressive.
Gorgo?
But I don't. I thought that was British, but maybe not.
I'm sorry, but hey, that's how Gorgo sounds to me in the movie. It just sounds like. Especially the
least impressive. Dang, I don't know this one.
Yeah, I feel like if Serge was here, he might have gotten this one right. See, Serge slacking again, brother.
Nah, he too busy in Cancun enjoying life.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Cancun, who gives a crap? No, I'm kidding. Can blue, can schmooga spoon, whatever.
I have no idea on this one, Remy. Let me see if Godzilla Train answered. Did he answer yet?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said the giant claw.
The giant claw. All right. Well, the answer is, gentlemen, you are all incorrect. The answer is actually Reptilicus. That's the answer.
Ooh, I forgot
I think
about that.
I seen that movie.
Yeah, Reptilicus is a
Damn.
Danish film.
I forgot about that one.
Kaiju film,
I
really.
forgot about that one.
From
I bet
That
my
there.
auntie
was
would've got
my
that.
first kaiju film.
Really? Reptilicus?
Yes. My
wow.
mom
Oh, wow.
got it for me. I asked for Godzilla. She said they sold out. She got me that one, and I sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
That was my first kaiju movie.
That was like, I think that movie did poorly, I think. That made the Danish people go, yeah, I
Yes.
think we're done with kaiju films.
We,
Their first
have
try,
no-
was like, yeah, we're done. No
we
more.
have no winner.
No,
Godzilla Train was close. He said he was.
we're gonna do a
close.
tiebreaker. We're gonna do a tiebreaker this time. We're gonna do
Oh,
one more.
I'm out the tiebreaker then. I'm in last.
All right, then. So this is a tiebreaker between Nick, DJ, and Godzilla Train. Whoever gets this question right is the winner. So then we're going to say this. This kaiju film was released the same year as Godzilla vs. Destroyer. It was the first film in a trilogy that is considered to be some of the best kaiju films out there. Which kaiju film am I referring to?
It's a Gamera movie, but I can't remember if there was a subtitle to it or not.
You gotta say the subtitle to it. That's not count the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I am clueless on that one.
DJ said Gamera Garden of the Universe.
DJ, you mean Godzilla?
I
DJ.
mean,
Godzilla
Godzilla Train.
I was say, I was like, what?
Yeah,
DJ, use
you
the
got it.
chat now. Freaking like what?
He got it.
I'm high.
Godzilla Train, yeah. Godzilla Train, you are the winner, sir. The answer is
Godzilla
Gamera,
Train!
Guardian of the Universe. Way to go, Godzilla Train. Bravo, da. Bravo.
Good job, man.
You're the
Good
winner.
job. All right, man.
Look,
It felt good
Gamera,
to-
Guardian Universe came out in 1995.
Felt pretty good to play that game. Felt
Yeah.
pretty good.
It was good to, yeah, it was good to have it back. I was like, oh man, I want to bring it. I'm gonna bring it back. Now we have a good amount of players.
Tonight was definitely another awesome show. Nick, glad to have you back, man. Remy,
Yep.
Godzilla Train. Not just playing DJ.
DJ, Godzilla Train.
Aaron, Nicholas, DJ, everybody who was in the comment section. Man, we thank you guys for your support once again. We definitely enjoy when you guys conversate with us and come out, have fun with us. It's always cool to get different perspectives, get some laughs. So this was really, really exciting. So I guess it's my turn to pick next. So I have no idea what I'm picking. So
All right. You want to
I'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to reveal it in the. I'll reveal it in the chat.
Right.
But I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
Nick.
DJ Godzilla Train.
And we are the Godzilla Train Nerds.
Or are we
Peace.
podcast? Or the
Peace
stream
out.